assuming you ain't never seen a Mexican Yoshi before.
Nah, but on a real, we have to put respect on the king of fighters. Mexican players and Latin American players, they are the GOATs. They're the GOATs of this game. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Personality here, bringing you all the news from the wider fighting game community, whether it's from a casual or competitive perspective. And today we've got some interesting news from SNK. So, we're actually getting the SNK World Championship 2023, and more details on that reveals that the actual tournament is going to be taking place in spring 2024. So it's not until next year we'll see the finals go down, but the combined total prize pool for all the tournaments, qualifying and finals, is expected to be at least $200,000. Don't miss the opportunity. King of Fighters is somewhat of a underrated game. Now it's definitely up there. I'm not gonna say that it's not popular enough, but many people have not tried out King of Fighters, or many people don't even know about the past SNK games. And they've had bangers like Samurai Showdown, Capcom vs SNK 2. Come on, they've been cooking over the years. But currently, this is an amazing prize pool to actually see. But it's actually broken down amongst the first place, second place, third place, fourth place, tied at fifth, seventh. Everybody actually is going to get opportunity to take a little piece of the pie from this 200,000 pot. But essentially, while that remains positive, we have a bit of callback from the Twitter community, who are not necessarily disappointed that the $200,000 is being given out, but they're saying stuff like the qualifiers for the Europe division is just 2 weeks away. So this is poor notice, just giving everybody this opportunity to qualify just 2 weeks away. It doesn't really align with some people's schedules. Some people are ill prepared for this, and possibly they could have gone about doing this qualifier much better. A lot of people are saying that, look, yay to the 200,000, but just take 10% of that and make some new costumes. We need more content in the game. Palette swaps are not enough. In fact, I've actually been seeing a lot of calls for costumes in various games. We covered Guilty Gear Season 3 yesterday, but there was a lot of calls from fans that, look, we want new costumes. Can you make alternate costumes for characters? And they went on to explain why that's a long process, but I'm thinking that more people want customization in their game, and can you blame them? Look at Street Fighter 6, it's launched, it's got a decent palette swap going on, but 2 costumes at launch? Really? I'm guessing people want more. There's even calls for more incentives to even play in ranked. Can you unlock more costumes? When are these costumes gonna come out? Are we gonna see them quite next year when Akuma is finally brought to us, and then that season is wrapped up and then they just launch the costumes on us? Possibly there is more need for these fighting game developers to consider that, when you're sitting down looking at a character, you may not exactly like how they look, and you may want to change up their look. That's possibly why we had the modding community going crazy, especially with that recent Chun-Li accident. I don't support that. I don't think that's the costumes that we want. But people are possibly frustrated at the lack of costumes, so they're going about making their own, and what they're making somewhat disturbing, but it's out there. But aside from the call for more costumes, more people were complaining that online services for King of Fighters 15 is not the best, and there's a need for them to revamp that system. So I think SNK, while this is good and while you're injecting into the competitive community, there's also the need to remember that the online services and complaints for this game do exist. So please guys, they've got to look into that. But do you play King of Fighters 15? I'm actually looking forward to getting the game eventually. I don't have it. I think I've never actually played an SNK game before, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think I'm actually gonna go back in time and play that Capcom vs SNK 2. I love the soundtrack. Y'all know I use that soundtrack. In fact, I'm using the soundtrack right now. But I'm thinking that it's time for SNK also to look at the feedback that their game is getting, and while that injection is great, we love to see it from Capcom's $1 million end. Now this at 200,000, love to see it, but don't forget that there's an audience who is suffering online and they're lacking costumes. So in other sad news, the Dragon Ball FighterZ team has given us an update on their rollout of rollback. So once again, guys, just to, bring you up to speed, or if you forgot because it's been such a long time, rollback for Dragon Ball FighterZ was announced last year at EVO. They gave us an update in March saying that it would be present within spring 2023. Spring 2023 is over. We're in summer, and now we're getting an update from the team saying, thank you very much for playing the balance adjustment patch version 1.32 released at the end of May. We also thank you for many comments regarding this patch. Currently, we are preparing for the second round of balance adjustments based on your feedback. The patch will be released sequentially on each platform at the end of August. We will announce more information as soon as the details are finalized. We would like to thank everyone for your continued patience in waiting for the public beta test for rollback netcode on Steam. We hope you will wait a little longer until we announce the timing of the public beta test. Now, rollback has become the standard requirement for online fighting games these days. Netcode, the regular netcode just isn't cutting it. And for a game that's as huge as Dragon Ball FighterZ, I mean, this has 10 million units sold. It comes from one of the biggest properties, Dragon Ball. It's a huge game. For them to be constantly delaying the rollback over and over and over and over is really disappointing from the team, because earlier, like I said, they told us we would have this by spring. We're in summer, and now they're coming back to tell us this is about to be delayed again, and this is just the beta test, right? This is not even to say that, look, we wanted to launch it here, but it didn't launch, so we have to delay it. No, this is just the beta rollback netcode on Steam devices. And on top of that, when the rollback eventually launches, it will only be for next gen hardware, such as the most recent Xbox edition and PS5. So it's a bit disappointing to see that, because Switch fans won't be getting that rollback netcode. I mean, it's not like most games on the Switch often get the rollback, but it would have been something to consider because of the popularity of the IP. But it seems as though FighterZ has only been able to give us disappointing news this year. And someone even said that if they're going to put in all this time delays for rollback and whatnot, just do another season and we may just forgive you. But that's all we're going to be talking about today, guys. Tell me, have any of you played any SNK games? And if you have, what's your favorite? Comment down below so I could know. But until then, stay gaming.